Hey, what's going on, comic fans? Mr. Q Comics. I've got another haul video for you guys. Small stack here. This isn't all from the same show or anything like that. It's just some pickups I've gotten over the past 4 to 6 weeks that I kind of haven't had the chance to really go through yet. So I put a small stack together, probably 4 or 5 different stops between my two local shops and some antique stores. So first thing I picked up was a copy of Batman number 700. This is just a great David Finch cover. I saw it. I love the cover immediately. I think this might be Finch's last issue of Batman. I'm not 100% positive. I grabbed it just for the cover. It was in the regular back issue bins, so I think it was like $3, something like that. And I just think the cover's awesome. So I think the same run at that shop. I've got a couple copies of this, but this is the Saga of Swamp Thing 21. I think this is the second Alan Moore issue. This is the new origin and first appearance of the Cedar. This one, probably mid-grade copy. Now, I've got it like I mentioned, but I grabbed it because it's got a couple signatures there, which I don't have a ton of signed books, but this one is signed by Stephen Bissette, who is the penciler, the interiors, and John Tolobin. I'm probably saying the name wrong, but I believe he was on inks. So I couldn't pass it up. I think it worked out to like 10 or 12 bucks, something like that. I actually end up having a second copy of this that's also signed by Stephen Bissette. I had picked it up out of a dollar bin probably like 2 years ago and happened to be going through it and realized it was signed by Bissette on the first page, which somehow I never saw. So that was pretty cool. So I was psyched to get another copy of that. Like I said, I just don't have a ton of signed books, so I couldn't pass it up. This was at one of my local antique malls, antique shops, consignment shops. Superman, Man of Steel number 18. This is the first full appearance of Doomsday. This is the first print in a newsstand copy. So I think I have a couple of these. I think I might have a copy of the first print and the second print. I wanted to find one of those DC Universe logos, but I haven't found one yet. It's a local antique shop, consignment shop, and total hit or miss. I always go in there, every few weeks just to walk through. There's two side by side, so I like to go through both of them, see if there's any new vendors or the existing vendors I know who sell comics, see if they've added anything in. And you got to hit these places frequently because, there's probably a few other people around who are doing the same thing, and you want to pick out any keys they slide in there. This happened to be in there for like $2, so I couldn't pass it up. And it's in pretty good shape. It's probably got one little spine tick. This was one of my other local shops, Marvel Super Action number 1, which is just an awesome early Punisher appearance. I thought this was like his second or third appearance, but I think I'm wrong on that. I think I saw someone else showing this. Maybe there's another graphic novel featuring the Punisher. I can't recall, but I know I had seen it before. There's a lot of these 70s graphic novel style books I kind of dig and have been wanting to pick up. So I hadn't seen this at the shop before. It was only like 30 bucks. It's not in the best of condition. I think this is like the first appearance and origin of the Huntress, who I really have no idea who that is in Marvel continuity. And it's listed as the second Dominic Fortune. Writer is Archie Goodwin on this with some cool art from Bob Larkin. I think that's him on the cover and the interiors. It's a black and white book, so definitely psyched to get that to add into the graphic novel collection. All right, a different trip to one of my local shops. Picked up a copy of Catwoman 83. Just a sick Adam Hughes cover. I think this, I'm not sure if this is the last Hughes Catwoman cover. I don't know. I'm not positive. It's got a big fingerprint right on the 83 there, which I didn't see. But it was less than 10 bucks. I absolutely love the Hughes Catwoman covers. They're probably some of the best, to me, some of the best covers. I definitely haven't picked up the more expensive ones. I can't remember which issues they are. But I've been steadily picking up, trying to collect the whole run of Hughes's covers. And this one's fantastic. So psyched to find that there. I think this was on the same trip. So the shop I've talked about before, he has a lot of low-grade keys, older stuff, and he just periodically throws his stuff on the wall when he kind of rediscovers it. So you got to go in on a regular basis. This was up there a few weeks ago. Superman's Girlfriend, Lois Lane, number 70. So this is the first Silver Age appearance of Catwoman. Again, it was cheap. I mean, I always go in every week, maybe 2 weeks, just because I don't want to miss any keys he puts up there, because he prices low grade stuff very, very affordable, which is great because you can get a copy cheap, and it allows you to kind of flip it for a better copy later on. So this is probably in the very good range, maybe good. It's got some, the staples are rusting and you can see some staining there. There's some creases, but again, I think it was like 25, 30 bucks. I can't remember. So I wasn't going to pass that up for the price. Also picked up, this was right next to it, Star Spangled Comics number 117. Cool Golden Age book. This is from 1951. These, I don't know a ton about these Star Spangled Comics books, but I know it's like, multiple stories inside. This one, the last story, is a Robin standalone story that actually features Batman. So, psyched to get some Golden Age Batman in my collection, because like I said, I don't have a ton of it. And I had a little trouble trying to find the creators online. Bob Kane's signature is on the first page of the Robin story, so I think he did the work on that full Robin story. So I'm not 100% positive. It was pretty affordable. I think it's pretty good shape. It's probably in the very good fine range. Really not bad at all. The pages aren't too brittle. They're definitely browning. There's a small tear on the outside edge, but I couldn't pass up some Golden Age stuff that was pretty affordable. I want to say it was in like the $50 range, something like that. So I thought that was a good price, so I jumped on that. Same shop, different visit. Went in there one day, had this behind the counter. Tales of Suspense number 42. Just an awesome early Iron Man appearance. I think it's the 4th appearance. I don't have anything with the gold armor, so that was super cool. This was just priced really, really reasonable. It was less than $100, and it's in pretty good shape. It's in the fine range. I think it's really sharp. I get some glare here showing up. Let's see if I can. Maybe that's a little better. Yeah, really psyched to get this. I don't have a ton of early Iron Man stuff. So this was really cool. 1963. You got Jack Kirby and Don Heck on the cover. Interior is, you got some Steve Ditko, Don Heck art inside as well. So very, very cool. Psyched to get that for less than $100. So, and again, pretty good shape. I mean, you can see the spine, not bad at all. Yeah, really cool stuff. Early Marvel Silver Age. The best find, one of my other shops who gets in more back issues, he posted on Instagram a huge collection of Golden Age stuff, which again, I don't have a ton of. So he was posting pictures of this line. I think it was Planet Comics or something like that. And I had never heard of them. I don't have any of those titles. So I messaged him asking pricing, but he had already sold them. So he obviously has relationships, certain buyers that are just chasing this Golden Age stuff. So the stuff he posted online that I wanted it was spoken. It was sold as soon as he bought it. So I went in the shop anyways, and he did have some EC comics. Wasn't the horror stuff, but I don't see a lot of EC in my local shops. It's really tough to come by, I think, for everyone. So he had some of the war titles, so super psyched to get these. Got Frontline Combat, number 7. I am just shocked at the colors on this book. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know a ton about this early Golden Age stuff. So it's Harvey Kurtzman on the story and the cover, and inside art, you've got Wally Wood, Jack Davis, Bill Elder, and John Severin. So I think they only did 15 issues of this Frontline Combat. But man, I was just shocked. I have a couple of ECs, and they're beat to heck. They're just really beat up. Colors are dull. Tons of creasing, chipping. These are really in good shape. I mean, this is solid mid-grade, fine, maybe very fine. It's got a tiny, tiny chip taken out of the edge. But man, just look at the color scheme on it. It just absolutely pops. For a book from 1952, I just think that this old Golden Age stuff, I've been really learning to appreciate it more as I've gotten back into the hobby. I know nothing about Golden Age. I've definitely been watching some other content on YouTube and Instagram, people who are big Golden Age collectors, so getting information that way. But I just love the art. I'm not too much of a war fan, but man, these are probably fair market value. I could not pass them up. I mean, they're just, you don't come across them, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. He had another copy, not of this issue, another Frontline Combat, but it had like a big stain on the back, and I was trying to keep it somewhat reasonable. So we had like 4 of these EC War titles, and I picked up 2. So the other one I picked up, and I like this maybe just a tiny bit more, Two-Fisted Tales, number 27. Also gorgeous. Love the color scheme. It's just fantastic. Again, 1952, same stuff. Harvey Kurtzman story, cover, and art. You got Wally Wood, Jack Davis, John Severin, and Bill Elder doing artwork inside. And I guess it's got a Wally Wood bio and photo on the inside. So super psyched to add some Golden Age to my collection. These things are pricey. I want to say this Two-Fisted Tales was in the $70 range, but man, it's really sharp. Beautiful, beautiful, fine copy, I think. I think it's in the fine range. I really don't know grading. It's got a small chip there as well. Same spot. So he's got another Two-Fisted Tales up on the wall that's been sitting there for over a month. No one else has picked it up, but it's got a little bit of a spine split. So I picked out what I thought were the 2 better condition books, and it's got some soiling that could probably be cleaned up. I won't fool with that myself. Maybe one day I'll get it professionally cleaned and pressed and slabbed, but definitely stayed in my collection. You just don't see this stuff a lot, and I am super psyched to have it. So that's it, guys. I got another stack of really good books I'm going to split off into a separate video, so that'll be coming up after this one. So as always, I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please hit the like button. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. Give me some info on anything that you see here. I am always interested in learning more about, especially this Golden Age stuff. I don't know a lot of these creators. I've heard the names, so comment. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, hit notifications. Hope you guys enjoy it. And as always, happy hunting and good luck.